ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Oh my goodness, I am back. Hello, everybody. I have missed you. I have missed you so much after 3 months of being apart on Thursday nights. We are back. Let me tell you my name. I'm Robert Bannon, and this is called The Roundtable, where artists talk about art. And if you're brand new to the show, howdy, welcome. If you've been watching us every single day on YouTube or on the Broadway Podcast Network, more on that in a moment, I'm so happy that you're here. We have not been here since June. Christine, and we are back. I love it. Matthew, I'm happy you're excited. Welcome to the show. My student, Waffles, the photo you have looks like Marilyn Monroe. Well, she's been around since then for sure. My mother is happy I'm back. And yes, Lattes is happy we're back. We're back. Let me tell you, we stopped the show because of the SAG strike and because I had a job over the summer and I figured this is the perfect time in solidarity with SAG. The second I announced the show stopped, I have been pitched an interview every day through the summer. I have been doing interviews every day, and we just not have been doing the live show. Right, Marie? So we are now here to do this show. And we have also added us as an official podcast, which I'm going to tell you about during my shameless plug. But I want to thank you all for the support. If you have not been able, thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Ann-Margret is a legend. Yes. If you have not been watching us on YouTube or are listening to us on the Broadway Podcast Network, there has been an interview a day. You could ask Marie. She says, I can't even keep up with them. There's a new interview every single day, and they're good ones. They're great ones. Daniel Donsky's on today talking about Israel and Palestine, and he's in they're good interviews. So you need to be here and watch us either on the Broadway Podcast Network on the YouTube channel. My Darius, thank you, love. That's my man's. And he made an appearance a minute ago on the Instagram Live. Marie asked if he was going to do an interview. And holy moly, he surprises us every day. Darius was there. I am so happy to be here. And yes, Ann-Margret is a legend. 4 Golden Globes, 3 Oscar nominations, 1 Emmy Award, and she is here for a special cause. And I am so excited to have her. You will see me fan out. Thank you, Christine. Thank you. You're a hard worker and enjoy celebrating artists. I love the show. I love this show so much, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Look, Matthew's your friend, and he's watching us, and thank you for sharing the show, Christine. All right. I know it's been months. I don't know why I'm frightened. I know my way around here. I don't remember how to do this show. It must be time for a week in review. Well, this is more than a week. I'm going to try to do, I have this saying. The saying has always been, I meet you and I say, tell me everything about you. And we've learned that maybe that's off-putting and jarring, even if I mean it as a joke. So instead of me telling you everything about me, I'm going to give you the highlights. Are you ready for the highlights? Well, in July, I had the great pleasure of teaching at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark, New Jersey. There's my girls, there's my students. We put on a summer camp the whole month of July, which ended on a big old show on stage where we celebrated The Wiz, and they are stars, and I am so proud of them. So that was my July. Welcome, Matt. I hope you are a roundtabler now. You're part of the family now. So I got to hang out with those amazing kids. And I want to say to everyone watching right now, thanks to my friends at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center, the New Jersey Performing Arts Center puts on something called the North to Shore Jersey Festival, from North Jersey in Newark to South Jersey, like Atlantic City. And if you live in Atlantic City, Asbury Park, or Newark, and you go to northtoshore.com, you can win up to $5,000 in grants for musicians, dancers, poets, artists, small businesses. There's 15 to 20 grants given to each city. So the state has given $300,000 to the artists that live in 3 of the most low-income areas of the state, and they want to encourage art and artists. So go to northtoshore.com. I just wanted to get that out there because I think it's important. So I sung a bunch in parks with trains. I sung on stages. I sung everywhere that would have me. I worked with wonderful people. That's the staff over at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center, from the hip hop department, from dance, from musical theater, and from acting. I took a trip with my father. There's me and Greg mini golfing. We had a good old time. Uh, I got to go to Detroit. That's me and the mans there in Detroit. What a wonderful trip to Detroit. My step doggies, my Angel and Diamond. That's his babies. So much fun with my Detroit family, and I love being out there. I saw my student be young Nala in The Lion King. Yes, there is young Nala herself, and there's little Sam, and I got to see her be young Nala in The Lion King. Jillian Page, I'm so proud of her. An interview with her is on the podcast and on the YouTube channel. There's Sam wearing his Robert Bannon shirt, which we don't have anymore. Some of you have asked. So we had a lot of fun. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's all been beautiful. It's all been beautiful for sure. It could be a lot worse, right? And I watched my friends Matt and Griffin's babies in New York City. We took them on a cab ride. They bum rushed me on a red carpet. That's Galileo and Apollo. They gave me a run for my money. They told me that they were so excited to be in New York. And I said, what do you want to do? I get to watch you for a day. And they said, I want to go on a New York City cab. You know what it's like to take a 5-year-old and a baby on a cab? Scary, super scary. Super scary. My grandmother is here. Hi, Grandma Verge. I was just talking about you today. A restaurant called me, and they make a mozzarella martini, and they're called, oh man, Annabella's mozzarella. And he said, are you Irish? And I said, my grandmother is Vincenza de Meglio. So I have as much Italian in me as anybody else. So yes, I did. I had a fun and productive summer. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate you. We have more. So much for the highlights. My friend Drew got married. You know, Drew, is everyone that has been around in my life knows Drew and Esther and me, and Drew and Esther are the Three Musketeers life. There's the bridal party. We went away to Puerto Rico together. We celebrated the wedding. Here is the kids, Matt, Griff, Esther, all at the wedding. Super duper fun. And then as the school year started, I have new 5th grade teachers. Here's the 5th grade team. We all wore maroon because we were Maroon 5. Get it? Get it? Get it? Get it? Get it? Clever. See? That's why you can't get over on Are You Smarter Than a 5th grader? So, hey, Horace Mann family. Nice to spend every day with you. And then I just came back from Atlantic City, where I got to be back at my big gay Italian wedding, which I have not been in. I have not been in the big gay Italian wedding in the past 4 years. So here's my cast of us in Atlantic City. And here I am. This is an onstage selfie that's part of the show. The actual show, we sold out Ocean's Casino, 2,400 people. Big shout out to Deb Toscano, who plays Antonianne, who has always been a big supporter of me doing the show. Big shout out to my Darius for these beautiful break legs, flowers, and gifts that he sent me, because he's just the best. Big shout out to the elevator at the Ocean's Casino. Backstage at the Ocean's Casino, there's the stage level, and then there's the dressing rooms, and they all have their MOHO. They all have titles, and how apropos for my big gay Italian wedding that the top 2 offices are the Ho and the Mo. The homo floors. What else do you expect at a big gay Italian wedding? Thanks to everyone who came down to Atlantic City. My dad was there. Look at my Mama Rose. How cute is Mama Rose? She's so cute. And Mike and Adrian and John all came down, and we had a good old time with ourselves. So we had a fun summer. A said one of my best performances. Thank you, A. I'm so happy you had a good time and you came. Did I remember my lines? I did remember them. And doing it a couple of times got me zhuzhed up and ready, and I was able to do it. I was so ready and able to do it. Thank you. Richard Skipper is here, everybody. I love Richard Skipper so much. Richard Skipper is wonderful, and everyone needs to be watching Richard Skipper Celebrates. Even if he takes a break, stay tuned because Richard Skipper puts on such great, wonderful work. So thank you, Richard. Follow, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff. Are you ready for the shameless plug? I'm ready for the shameless plug. Did I do okay with the review? I missed a lot of stuff. Was a lot of stuff, but just stick with me and we'll catch up or something. I don't know. Oh, you want to know a fun moment? Speaking of Darius, since we put him on the spot so much, I got to do a red carpet. And one of my favorite moments this summer was when I got to run in to Bellamy Young. Now, Bellamy Young is an actress, and Darius is a fan. And out of all the interviews I did this summer, this is my favorite. Take a peek. Love you.
I love you right back. How's your night?
My night is wonderful.
I know, mine too. This is pretty great, right?
It is amazing. I have serious business to talk to you about, but first I need a favor.
Okay, I'm ready.
So my partner says to me when I meet him and I go back on his Facebook, you know when you stalk Facebook?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I go back and all I see is at Bellamy Young. Look at you, at Bellamy Young, my girl crush, at Bellamy Young, the only woman I've ever loved, at Bellamy Young.
He promised me this would not get out.
Leave Darius alone out there. No.
Should we fight? Should we pull each other's hair?
Leave my man, Bellamy Young.
Take my earrings off.
He's a huge fan, and he's in Detroit right now, and he was like, please tell her
Darius.
I can't FaceTime or talk to her because I'll fan out, and he's a fan. So thank you for...
Darius, I miss you. I hope it's all going well wherever you are tonight.
Don't even think about reaching out. How fun is that? So if you missed all of these interviews, and that's Mike and Adrian, Mike shot the camera, and if you see me out on a red carpet, Mike or Adrian are always there. They are the best. They are there and support me every step of the way. If it's in Atlantic City, if it's in New York City, for any mess that I do, I can't do any of this stuff without Mike and Adrian. So much love to them for always having my back and being there for me. I so appreciate you both to pieces. So while you're here, I just had to share that because I thought it was too much fun. It's time for the Shameless Plug. Because I'm shameless. Oh my goodness, I don't know how to do this show. I have no idea how to do this show anymore. Yes, thank you, A. Thank you, Christine. I do have a wonderful supportive team. So the Shameless Plug, there's always a lot going on in this crazy world of mine. I have had the chance to bring the Roundtable to you every single week here on YouTube. We've done this almost for 2 years soon. And I would like to just announce and have said before to you all that we are now a part of the Broadway Podcast Network. So that means that everything you see here on this show and so much more is on the Broadway Podcast Network. So all you have to do is go to BroadwayPodcastNetwork.com. And if you're someone who at the gym, in the car, while you're cleaning your house, like to listen to podcasts, we have had 38 interviews on the podcast as well as YouTube. So the YouTube channel, the Roundtable Talks, will continue its daily or every other day. Remember when the show was supposed to be twice a month? We will have interviews up there and then the Thursday show. But the podcast is a great way. If you download the Broadway Podcast app, you then can see us and hear us and be a part of everything so you don't miss a moment. It has different intros and outros. I give a different perspective and talk differently. So I'm so proud to be a part of it. Today was our biggest day yet. 1,400 people downloaded our podcast today. 1,400 people. And I am so eternally grateful to each and every one of you who shares this show and tells people. It means the absolute world to me. I am so grateful to be here. So thank you. Please join us on the Broadway Podcast app as well. So what do we have to talk about? I am going to have a brand new album. My brand new album called Rewind, which some of you were at. Lattes was at. Christine was at. Mike was at. Adrian was at. It's called Rewind. We recorded it live at Green Room 42. It's directed by Robbie Roselle. And it is music directed by Yasuhiko Fukuoka. And it is coming out. It is my story growing up in New Jersey, just in time for my 40th birthday, which is on October 31st. And we are going to put the album out. The big birthday weekend of it all is that album comes out. And then on Monday, I will be with Chita Rivera at my alma mater at William William Patterson University. We will be doing a distinguished lecture series, which I used to go to when I was a student. I used to go to them and see Al Pacino and authors and Colin Powell, etc. And now I get to co-host one of them with the president of the school, Dr. Richard Heldobler, is the first out school president and also has a doctorate in musical theater. So we're bringing Cheetah so you can be there. My mom and grandmother bought tickets. They're only $30, $25, and $20. What? So you can get your stuff there to see the one and only Miss Cheetah Rivera. And I have a Christmas show coming to New York City at Chelsea Tape. Can you keep up? I can't. It's called the Robert Bannon Christmas Special. You know, in the 70s and 80s when they had Christmas specials and then you would watch, you know, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or Frosty the Snowman, etc. Well, there are guests. There are special moments. There's a band. There is lots of fun things. Tickets are now on sale, and it will be December 9th at 7 o'clock. Come one, come all. Hang out with me. There's a rooftop bar afterwards. Have a martini, have a cocktail, and party it up with me. If you want information, we updated the website. The website is updated, and it's all there at robertbannon.com. robertbannon.com. Check it out. Go to robertbannon.com and come see us and see what we're up to and what's going on. And we'll be here again next week with another great roundtable. All right. What's next? What do we do next? Oh, while I'm here, Daniel Donsky was on the podcast today and is on YouTube now. And I wanted to take a moment. It's hard to do a show when the world is crazy, and the world is crazy right now. My heart goes out to everybody in the Middle East, people who have family there. I had the chance to do an interview with Daniel Donsky. Daniel Donsky has done a bunch of television, and he was born in Russia. He moved to the Ukraine. He has family currently living in Israel. And every day he's getting up and doing The Pianist based on the novel, which became the movie, on stage every day for 8 shows a week in New Brunswick at the George Street Playhouse. I got to speak to him. He apologized for being late because he was speaking to his mother in a bomb shelter bunker. And he talked to us a little bit about what it means to be doing the show and how he feels. And I felt like it was so important in the times that we live in that I can use my platform to try to add light for peace and understanding. So here's a little clip of Daniel that we posted up on the podcast today. We're just talking before we hit record here. We're in some crazy times that we're living in. And The Pianist, which is playing right now at George Street Playhouse, based on the memoir, based on the movie and all. Why is this show important, and why is it important now?
Anti-Semitism, racism, homophobia, hatred towards human beings is on the rise everywhere in the world. And I suppose one of the most harrowing accounts of what hate can become, industrialized mass extinction of life as done by the Nazis, is something that in these times we need to be remembered of. I think it's very easy as a society, as humans, to stop being empathic, just to stop with the empathy, because you go, oh my God, something was done to me, I hate now. And sadly, in just these days now, we see what hate can come towards again. On Saturday, I was doing the matinee show, and just before I went on stage, I was speaking to my mum, who was going into the bunker in Tel Aviv to hide, to be secure from the rockets. And then the second scene on stage, there's like a bomb alarm and rockets are hitting. It was very hard for me the last 3 days to be on stage because there are so many parallels suddenly, people being executed in their homes in the south of Israel by the terrorist organization Hamas. We all go into the arts sometimes to escape the real world, but there are certain projects that bring you ever more closer to why the arts are important.
So we send our hearts and prayers to everybody that's in a war-torn area right now, and we pray for peace. Thank you all for letting me share that. What a really brilliantly well-spoken, amazing actor. I'm sure the show is fantastic, and you could check that out right now on the Broadway Podcast Network. All right. Let's keep the show rolling.
I'll be there for you. How you doing?
Sometimes the transitions are just going to be bipolar moment. We met a lot of friends over the summer that have done this show, so I want to give a quick shout out and do this as quickly as possible because there's a lot of them. We've had a lot of friends this summer. We saw Javier Munoz. There's me and Mike. We got to see the opening of the Mayo Performing Arts Center, and there's our friend Javi, the amazing advocate for HIV, queer, and cancer awareness. And I love Javi so much. He did a show with Andy Gonzalez. So shout out to them for coming on the Roundtable and then seeing us. I had a great interview with Nicole Ari Parker. I call them the most beautiful couple in Hollywood. She's married to Boris Kojo, and you see her on all sorts of... Oh, even Clarence likes Nicole Ari Parker, apparently. And she... That's enough, Clarence. So we love her. We had the chance in Detroit to see our friend Kelly Price. We love Kelly Price so much. The dog is upset that I am not letting him in the room. He's very dramatic. We love Kelly Price. We had a great time over there in Detroit. I had a chance to see my friend Antoine Hopper and from Strange Loop and talk all things music. We saw my friend Tanara Mallory. Everybody's so creative and we had a blast. We saw Laura Bell Bundy and Dana Steingold, who have done this show. We saw Gloria Estefan. Me and Adrian saw Gloria Estefan at Once Upon a One More Time, and she sat next to us, and I heard her voice, and I freaked out, and I had a whole conversation with her, and then Adrian was waiting for me, and then Adrian said, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm talking to Gloria Estefan!" And she said, "Are you joking?" And I said, "Would you joke about Gloria Estefan?" I went and saw Liz Calloway with my friends, Robbie and Len and everybody that was there. Who else did I see? A lot of people. There's Dana. What a great group of friends. I love seeing the Roundtablers out and about. Someone is stunning. They all are stunning. I am way too... Oh, Gloria Estefan is stunning. Yes. All of it is stunning. And so we got to see a lot of Roundtablers out and about. Speaking of Roundtablers out and about, sometimes we do this. So Jersey tea. So when I do my big gay Italian wedding, I do it with Melissa Gorga's sister, Kim Gorga. Kim Perella. She used to be a Marco, but whatever. So Kim, there's Kim, Melissa Gorga's sister Kim, and Kim and Melissa's mom, Donna, is like, we are people, because apparently if you're a mom of a housewife, you love me, like Marge Sr. So Donna Marco was there, and we have a little housewives gossip for you. Next week's show on Thursday is Broadway debut. We have a special show. Alex Moffat from that show that's on Saturday nights at 11:30 will be here. He's in a show called The Cottage. He'll be here Thursday. The following Thursday is apparently a surprise birthday for me on this show. God help me. So I don't know what that's going to be. The following week, the first week of November, Jackie Goldschneider, who is a housewife, wrote a book about eating disorders and being a housewife, and she was anorexic. We've worked months to get this to happen. She's going to be here. The book is bananas. Housewife fans, fan out. That's coming up in 3 weeks. Okay. We handled it. Oh, Nicole Ari Parker is gorgeous. She is stunning. She is gorgeous. Yes, yes. All right. So there's the friends. There's the Jersey housewife tea. Ann-Margret's coming up in a minute. Okay. While I have you here, I wanted to say that today is 25 years since Matthew Shepard, and the President of the United States spoke today, made a proclamation to Matthew Shepard's parents. And he is such a beacon and figure that shows I could have been Matthew Shepard. Many of us in the queer community could have been Matthew Shepard. Laramie, Wyoming is just like any other town in the United States of America. And in this time when there's 400 plus laws against trans and queer and drag performers and people of all different colors, shapes, genders, and sizes, we need to all remember that this, as Darius said in the pre-show so eloquently, this is a march against marginalized people, like the Civil Rights March, like the Women's Suffrages March. People deserve the rights, equal rights, and have the opportunity to be seen, to be who they are, to be loved, and mostly to be safe. No one says you have to agree with their lifestyle. No one says that you have to agree with their politics, but they are allowed to exist just as freely as you and me. I found this video that was just put out by the Matthew Shepard Foundation, and I can't imagine what this family and this community has been through. They are examples and beacons of light for all of us. We all have a part to play in the equality and safety of everyone that's here on this planet. And they are prime examples of that. Take a peek.
The story of Matthew Shepard didn't start in 1998. Matt, as we called him, was born on December 1st, 1976 in Casper, Wyoming. Living a pretty typical Wyoming life, his family would later move overseas, where he gained a love of languages, travel, politics, and a close network of friends from around the world. But his college career would eventually bring him back home to Wyoming.
On October 7th, 1998, Matt was brutally attacked, tied to a fence, and left to die. 5 days later, he passed away at age 21. His life and tragic death would forever change the way we talk about hate. Inspired by their personal tragedy, his parents, Judy and Dennis, founded the Matthew Shepard Foundation to support LGBTQ+ youth, inadvertently becoming parental figures to thousands of queer people around the world, while giving the community a voice that would truly change hearts and minds. Their commitment to erase hate led to over 1,400 appearances in 24 countries, a collection of resources to support legacy works inspired by Matt's story, the country's first federal hate crimes legislation to include sexual orientation and gender identity, and the creation of one of the most authentic ally voices of our time, Judy Shepard.
The story of Matthew Shepard didn't begin in 1998, and Matt's legacy doesn't end with Dennis and me. It was always our hope that one day the struggle for civil rights and equality would be complete and we could close our doors. But the Matthew Shepard Foundation is needed now more than ever, and as we enter our 25th year of existence, we look to you to take action, use your voice, and share the legacy of our son, Matt.
What amazing people. What a horrific, sad day for this country and for humankind, but what amazing, resilient people. Go to MatthewShepard.org and donate, even if it's $5. That money can go towards providing safety, security, and laws to protect the LGBTQ+ youth in this country and then around the world. So I had to say that. You couldn't go 25 years without saying that. It's so important. Oh my goodness. My pleasure, Christine. Any little voice that I have, hey Sam, any little voice that I have that can be put towards good use, we have to use it, right? Right, Clarence? He is my baby because he is an attention hog, barking until he got to make his debut here on the Roundtable again. Ann-Margret is here. I had the chance to speak to her a couple days ago. I can tell you how many times I watched Bye Bye Birdie. I can't tell you how many times I watched Grumpy Old Men. I can't tell you how many times I've watched all of these things. I am such a superstar fan. And when they said that she would come on the show, I have spoken to a lot of fancy people and I have had a lot of fun speaking to them. I have never been as starstruck and agah as the second Ann-Margret popped on this screen. I want to hear what you think, and I want to hear your favorite Ann-Margret moment when this is over. Here we go. Ann-Margret is here. Welcome back to the Roundtable.
Hi there.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I am so beyond honored and excited to talk to you.
Oh, I'm thrilled.
I am so thrilled. I have seen you at Westbury Music Fair.
Oh.
I would never miss you singing and dancing anywhere.
I remember Westbury.
You put on
Go ahead.
amazing show in the round with clips of your career with your live band and costumes and dancing, and it was just magical.
I'm so glad you liked it.
I grew up, I'm born in 1983. I remember seeing a film, I know it's the SAG strike, with Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, and falling in love with you, with falling in love with Ariel, and falling in love with the ability that you have. And I went to the Richfield Park Library in New Jersey and took out your autobiography. And in 7th grade, I read it from beginning to end. So to talk to you is truly an honor.
Oh, thank you so much. How nice of you.
My pleasure. I'm so excited to talk to you about your perfume and the money you're raising to go to an amazing cause. My uncle is a veteran. My partner's uncle was lost at Vietnam. And so it's very near and dear to my heart. Tell us
Oh,
about Ann-Margret perfume.
well, about 25 years ago, my pal, Justin Chambers, said that he wanted to make a perfume for me. And I thought, well, that's really nice, how sweet. But he really meant it. And now it is out. My perfume called Ann-Margret. And the main essence of it is, well, love, obviously. The main essence is gardenia, which is my favorite flower. And there are notes of lang lang and jasmine and rose. I love the smell.
Yes. What is the tip? Now, while we have you here and you are such the fashion, oh, it's so beautiful. And the bottle is beautiful. Ann-Margretperfume.com. Gorgeous.
Well, a dear friend made up this, her name is Suzette. She made up this whole look, and I think it's fantastic.
Beautiful. So when you put on perfume, what's the trick? How many squirts should we wear?
It's up to you. It's such a personal thing. With me, boom, 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 boom. It depends on how I feel.
Well, you don't need anything because you are just so stunning inside and out. The choice for the profits and proceeds to go to the Vietnam Memorial. What was the idea? The Veterans Memorial Fund. I know very personally this matters very much to you. What will the money and funds be used for?
For all of the Vietnam veterans. It was very difficult for them. They came back here, and there were some people that weren't very nice to them. They've gone through so much. They're my guys. And of course, they're ladies too. And I want everything good to come of this. And all of the profits to go to them.
Yes, and they are. And you've been calling them your guys since you've gone over with the tours. I'm reading about it. You've been calling them your guys ever since 1960 when you went for your first tour. And then the next war, the Vietnam War, you went for multiple weeks. And you said you were never scared because you were with your guys.
Oh, hey, they would never let anything bad happen to me. Please. I went to Vietnam in 1966 with Johnny Rivers and his bassist and drummer. There were just the four of us. And then in 68, I went with Bob Hope. And of course, there were 80 of us then. I just will never forget those times. My guys.
They're your guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I know that many of them come home, and you've had and spoken about having a very deep connection to faith and always feeling, I read a quote about feeling that there was bigger things in the world and powers beyond and looking outside and seeing flowers and trees and this world created, and they deserve to have a beautiful life and all the abilities and funds available to them at the veterans hospitals and memorials everywhere around this country. And you've made it a life's mission to really honor your guys.
You got that right. You got that right.
Yes.
You're making me have tears in my eyes here.
No,
you're a good human being.
No, well, you're a good human being. You're a good human being. I thought about the war and everyone coming home. I teach fifth grade in New Jersey, and it's all first generation Americans.
Oh.
They all have come from Central America, South America, and the first lesson I teach in history is what is an American, and many of them point at me because they see the blonde hair and the blue eyes, and they don't know that we are a country of immigrants who have all come here from somewhere else to band together. And that's
I'm
why.
so glad that you have a chance to tell them that, to teach them that.
Thank you. It is an honor to be able to do that. And you being from Sweden and coming here to America and being an American and a citizen at such a young age, I know you have a profound love for this country, but also a profound love for your Swedish heritage. So how did you find the ability to love America and the servicemen and being a part of the fabric of this culture?
Oh my goodness. Actually, you know, when I was, let's see, I came to America when I was 6 years. Mother and I came to America when I was 6 years old. And I remember my mumma, my mother's mother, had a conditori. She had like a little bakery at our house. And we were also, we were 10 minutes away from Norway, and they were in the war, and we were not. I forgot what I was going to say, but so I got to know servicemen from when I was four years old, and so I always loved them.
and I'm sure they have always loved you. That is for sure a fact. But remember, while we're talking to Miss Ann-Margret herself, we go to Ann-MargretPerfume.com and order your. It's a great gift for the holidays. It's a great gift for Valentine's Day. It's a great surprise gift for anyone that you care and love, or yourself.
What a sweetheart you are.
No, it's my honor and pleasure. And
tell me, where is it you are standing in front of?
This is the back wall here in Fort Lee, New Jersey, and I get to have amazing conversations with people like you and talk about theater and Broadway, and then pay my bills as a teacher.
How wonderful that you have a chance to teach these youngsters.
It is a great honor to be able to teach them, especially to be their first impression of what this country is. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And
you're a happy boy, aren't you?
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. And as a youngster, I fell in love with, as we were talking about you, my 8th grade play was Bye Bye Birdie, and we watched it all over and over. And your iconic performances and voice, if it's State Fair, if it's Bye Bye Birdie, if it's that opening shot in that movie of you in that dress singing that song in Bye Bye Birdie, it's a part of history. What is it like now when you flip through the channels and you see you and takes you back to a moment in your storied career?
Well, I quickly changed the channel. I never watch myself. I just don't. I don't know who that person is. No.
You're such an inspirational figure as well, because I remembered the second I had the opportunity to talk to you, I remember the story about you in Lake Tahoe. I remember you falling. I remember the story about you surviving and going through many different obstacles in your life. What do you attribute the strength that you have to keep going?
Well, first of all, my parents were incredible. And I'm a very strong individual, and I love life.
Yes.
I do. I love being here.
Yes, and same. And you obviously love. I know that you have a loving, the relationship that you have and have had in your life is so beautiful, and to hear about and see about. When you wake up in the morning and you get up, when you look back, besides the work, I'm sure family and love and partnership and community, what are the things that really mean something at the end of the day?
Love. Oh man, we've got to love each other. We do. There's so much bad out there. Just, get rid of that and love one another. That's the biggest gift of all.
My goodness, what a joy. You are such a light, and you've given so much love and joy and entertainment to us all for so many. Thank you for all that you do and all that the work you do comes at a cost. It takes you away from family. You've worked hard for decades to give us entertainment. And I just want to say, from this little guy in Jersey, I want to say thank you.
I want to say thank you to that little guy in Jersey. Very, very much. I can tell you're filled with love.
That means a lot. I wore my
What?
I wore my leather jacket. I was trying to butch it up for you. I was trying to give you my best motorcycle look.
All right. Wow, those fifth graders are really lucky.
No, thank you. And we're also lucky to have you. I'm gonna order my bottle right away. And if I'm ever out in LA, I'm taking you on the fanciest dinner date that I possibly can to say thank
you.
To say thank you for making some time for us. It is an utmost honor, and we will be watching and enjoying all that you've given us for many years to come. Thank you, Miss Ann-Margret.
Oh, God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Yay!
Yeah, thank you for doing this. I so appreciate you. It's my honor.
Oh.
And we will have this up and everywhere, so we'll try to get as many orders as we can for your guys and for the perfume. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My goodness.
My goodness, I have never put an interview up where I have paced my house nervous. I was there and I'm still nervous because I love her so much. I have so much respect for her. She's very private. She does not always, like to speak about hardships. I read and was warned about being delicate and loving, and I hope we showed her the utmost grace and respect because she deserves the most respect from us. I am so honored to have had Ann-Margret on this show. I am so grateful she chose us to be here. Thank you. I appreciate it. She's 82. She's 82 years old. She lost Roger Smith during right before COVID and all, and I know how much she is loved by this world, and she has given her life to us. She's so adorable and so cute. What an honor. While we're talking about, what we were talking about, go to Ann-Margret.perfume.com to get your bottle, and you can follow her. She just became a member of the Instagram world at Official Ann-Margret. She is answering questions on social media. She's the trippiest trip of a trip. I can't even handle her. She is so damn cute. Yes, an inspirational conversation, a legend. Spread that love. I'm shook. I'm still shaking and nervous. I want to give a shout out. She talked about the Vietnam War. I am not the most patriotic person. This country has work to do, but I know that my grandfather and my great-grandparents on my other side, the Bannon side, and my grandfather, and came here to this country so that we could have a better life. And we are not a perfect nation by any means, but we owe a debt of gratitude no matter what politics we are, no matter how we feel about presidents or wars, to the men and women and people who have served in the United States military. So I want to take a moment in this Vietnam War to give a shout out to everybody who has been a part of this community of people who have fought and been in this war and have in the Vietnam War in particular. Over 44,000 people did not come home. Over 44,000 people did not come home from the Vietnam War. And when people did come home, they were not treated greatly. So if it's my Uncle Bob, who was a mailman in Vietnam, if it was Sam's stepfather, Skip Frank Wisniewski, who served in Vietnam, if it was my partner's uncle, Lancaster Bombay, who did not come back, was awarded a Purple Medal and served this country and lost his life for us to have freedom, we can never take that for granted, ever. We owe the veterans an incredible debt of gratitude for what they have done for us. So I hope you can support with Ann-Margret, perfume.com, or you make a donation to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund. Help these people who served us to serve them. Oh my goodness, this show is a lot. I'm exhausted. You've all exhausted me. What else do you want? I've given you it all. The week in review, the Ann-Margret, the all of it. We did it. I miss you. I missed you all so much. I'm so grateful that you're all here. I'm so excited to continue to celebrate with you all as we have more fun things to come. I am aga at being here. And did you miss me? I hope so. And I will be here next week. I will be here next week, and we are going to have a show about people who did Broadway debuts this year, and I'm super excited about it because it's going to be really a very fun show about people who have Broadway debuts this year. Really, really fun, special show that you need to be here for, including Alex Moffat, who is from that show. I almost said it, but I'm not allowed to say it yet. I'm almost allowed to say it. I really hope that we get out of this SAG strike soon, because we have been not able to talk about it. And I want to thank everybody who has supported the people of SAG, the people who are out there that don't talk about movies and films. And I can't go to all the things that we want to go to because we can't do it yet. But hopefully super soon we'll be able to do it. All right, we're back. So that means next week. You got it, everyone? You aware? You know? Okay? You'll be here? I'll be here? We'll be here? I appreciate you all so much for being here always. I have a little something that I wanted to do and show, and it did not work. So we're going to get this together in a minute, and give me 1 second. I just wanted to give the right due diligence to this moment that Ann-Margret had asked me to honor the military people off camera. She had said to me, please honor, thank you, can't wait, Alex Moffat, that's Union Strong, my Mama Rose. Hey, we love my Mama Rose, so thank you, Mama Rose. There's Sam, there's Darius. It's just like Robert Bannon, this is your life. A perfect night back. So, all the stages of my life, and I appreciate you all. Thank you all for always being here and always supporting me, and knowing that we have something to say, and hopefully we continue to get to say it. Right? Do I have everything? Did I say everything? Did I do everything? I want to make sure before I leave you all, because then I get upset when I have to go back to regular life, and I don't get to say everything I have to say. I think so. Yeah. Big shout out, like we said, to Ann-Margret. Thank you to Jeffrey Lane for setting this up, and to Bob, to Skip, and to Lancaster. Thank you. Thank you. Thank a veteran today. Everybody, I will see you all again next time. God bless you. And remember what I always say, the best is yet to come. Love one another. See you all again. Bye, everyone.